there's some people who probably be like, yeah, we don't like Wack for what he said, but we don't like you neither because you leaked it. That could put
Nah,
you in jeopardy.
nah, See, the real niggas in the street, they all hitting me up, and they don't feel that way. That's master manipulation. See, the problem is that there's so much energy around me right now. I got so much shine on me right now that certain niggas are getting jealous. Oh, wow, he recorded a conversation. Shut the hell up. I recorded the conversation for Nipsey fans so they can hear what the hell was going on with Nipsey, and people love me for it. From the east to the west coast, you got bloggers that's jealous because the reality of it is this shit that we did with us, with this podcast, was dope and it was big. But the aftermath with me and Wack is through the roof. And this is legend. This is going to go down in history
Yeah,
right here.
the podcast
So
is having legs essentially, to be honest, because now this is a different storyline. This is turning. This is like the sequel almost turned into bigger than the original.
yeah, it is. And see, the thing about it is also there's probably like about 1,000 podcasters that's eating off of the situation with us at the table and even more of the aftermath.
No,
So it got even
absolutely,
bigger.
absolutely.
And now here's where the jealousy comes in. Nobody wants to see Hassan Campbell on top. I am the underdog. I'm doing everything by myself from a cell phone. I am the underdog. No laptop, no nothing. Everything from a cell phone. And dudes don't understand how I got this far. And now, even still, it's like millions of people are watching and actually see, like, yo, is this really going on? I'm on the phone. I've been on the phone with celebrities on a daily basis. Never have I recorded anybody else's conversation. I recorded 3 conversations for my personal reason because I knew I was dealing with snakes. And Wack was the biggest one out of all of them. I recorded a conversation that I had with another dude that's like kind of like gangster only because if he went up on the end, he said, yo, I pressed that nigga like Wack did. I was going to say, nah, this is how the conversation went. I never leaked the conversation, and I'm not going to say who because that brother ain't never went out there and told people, yo, I had to check that nigga, this, that. So if he ever did, the conversation is going to say, no, this is what really happened. Outside of that, I don't record conversations.
Yeah, I
That's
think
not my style. But I knew Wack was the devil. And see, the bottom line to it is, it's like, yo, the nigga admitted to extorting Oscar De La Hoya, a great champion boxer who relied on them dudes to get him, some people, girls, dudes, whatever he like. He dressing up in negligees and shit like that in women's attire, and they extorted him. Nipsey Hussle extorted him. Everybody, yo, it's a long list. I'm not even giving out the list of everybody that he squeezed in, he's disrespecting. It's like, yo, Nipsey been dead. He died a horrible death. Why is WACK100 still running around dragging and just destroying that man's name? Why is he destroying his legacy? Where's the hate and the jealousy coming from where he hate him so much that he won't let him rest in peace? Why people ain't asking that question?
Hmm. Well, I'll definitely clear up this, and again, this is up to anybody who's listening for them to either believe me or not. Whatever, maybe you're right. This word "squeeze" could mean a lot of different things. I can tell you, this is the 100% full, transparent view of me and Wax relationship. We've never exchanged any money, but I think we do see there's certain benefits. By the way, there was at a time the first time I ever talked to Wack, there was a situation with the Migos when I was with Joe Budden, and people were calling around, blah blah. Wack called. It was like, yo, listen, they mad at Joe Budden. Where's your position on this? I know you're not a street dude. I'm like, nah, I'm not into that type of stuff. Anyway, Wack has always reached out when it comes to other situations like that. And also, I have given him like advice or extending the platform to like if he has an artist in terms of, and I don't know if people want to consider that a squeeze. Maybe that's a squeeze. But
Listen, man, like I said, WACK100 out of his own mouth was extorting Oscar De La Hoya. You sitting up there and you telling me that I don't think.
Do you think he's extorting for money? I'm trying to get the nature of the extortion.
He was blackmailing him. He was blackmailing him with sex tapes and pictures. The same way he was blackmailing Nipsey Hussle with sex tapes and pictures. This is out of his own mouth. I got recordings. I got him on tape. The nigga's foul. He's foul. WACK100 is the type of nigga get you out of town. You ain't got no shorty with you. You wanna get with a. He lined you up with a shorty, and then they got you on tape. Shorty beat a, and this is allegedly. I'm just giving you like some of the shit that he admitted to. You don't even know you in a room with hitting cameras and shit like that, and now there's footage all over the place. This is what he does. Wack is not a friend of anybody. He did it to De La Hoya. He did it to Nipsey Hussle. How you get sex tapes on De La Hoya and Nipsey Hussle?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, Hassan.
Hold up. Yeah. Act one more for you. One more for you. See, this is why the internet is going crazy. Why is it that WACK100 was the one that got the tape? WACK100 got the sex tape of Kanye West. How did you get Kanye West sex tape? Oh, you got it from Ray J. Right. So you went and got the sex tape from Ray J. Why? So you could extort money out of Kanye West. And then Kanye West brought the tape back. I got to say allegedly. You see what I'm saying? So now you got to understand something. You extorting niggas. How you got sex? So now you got Kanye West's sex tape, or rather Ray J and Kim Kardashian sex tapes. You got that. You got De La Hoya sex tape, and you got Nipsey Hussle sex tape. How do you explain that? He's the devil.
Is there a way where you and Wack could like, because again, I think here's what I fear, right? I've been in this industry and I've been privy to certain stuff, but I know when certain things could hurt other people that it's not intended to hurt. And I think where you're at right now is that you have a lot of maybe inside knowledge or information. And granted, you want to out Wack, but there's going to be a lot of blowback, and there's going to be a lot of, collateral damage in the sense of when you mention that tape with Nipsey Hussle, the particular baby mama in question is now under fire because people are asking her questions. You get me? When you mention some of these other things, people are going to go to that and be like, well, we heard it from this. Again, would you want to get to the point with Wack where, because I feel like you're using all this just to weaponize against Wack, how could y'all settle it without this? Unless your goal is to just expose it all.
Listen, my whole thing is Wack violated me. All Wack had to do was call me on the phone and say, yo, man, because Hocus tried to squash it, right? I told Wack I ain't got no beef with him. Wack want to be disrespectful. Let's get disrespectful. And see, my whole thing is Wack is a clown. But nigga, instead of handling it in the streets, he talking about going to court. Oh, I'm going to court. So now the gangster going to court, you bitch ass nigga, that's a bitch move. Now you going to court. That's a bitch move. As far as it going to the street act, I don't know if anybody told you about me.
Whoa,
everybody.
No. I don't want it to go to the street. I'm just saying, I felt like if you and Wack, because I seen y'all demeanor in person. You get me? And I don't know how y'all were on the phone, but I think I've always said this. You see, Clubhouse is a place where it entices somebody to talk shit. So you then hear Wack basically giving his side, and of course he's a little hyped up, and then you're like, oh, yo, this thing is talking like he pressed me. So now I got to go in there. Y'all start getting an argument. People hyping it up. Y'all start basically throwing around the Frank stand, and then you know what happens? You get to a point where you're like, man, fuck it. Since he thought he had the one up on me, the gloves are off, I'm dropping and I'm going to expose this guy. Do you get what I mean?
Well, you know what? At the end of the day, like I said, the nigga disrespected me. I would have never let the audio out without his permission because we was both supposed to be doing a podcast or whatever the case may be. So, for legal purposes, I'm saying that's why I was recording them because we were supposed to be doing a podcast together. But I would have never released it. Because I think that he looks really, really bad. He was really, really shiesty. Business is business.
Yeah.
I showed the devil love, but I fed him with a long spoon because I knew we couldn't be trusted. When we were sitting together with each other, we did business. It felt good. We all smiled together. He had to make it look like he was the man. He was pressing me like dogs. Even though I'm not a street nigga no more, I'm a family man. I still got street ways and I still got that respect that comes along with it. And I'm not going to let nobody disrespect me. And see, the one thing, like I said, I'm glad that you made it clear. Wack did not disrespect me or press me face to face. The nigga was giving me hugs and had pretty teeth. He had pretty teeth. He kept smiling.
Well, I think the disagreement with that is I think he's saying that he said certain stuff, which I watched later. Like, yeah, he was saying little comments, and I think he said I was just, well, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Would you be down to have a conversation with him?
When he went to Clubhouse, not the one that you listened to,
yeah.
There was one prior to that. They had like 2 rooms. The nigga was sitting up there telling people, he put the pressure on me. He was talking to me, telling me, yeah, nigga, you got fucked in your butt. The nigga did not talk to me like that. No man will ever say some shit like that in front of my face and not get stabbed dead in your neck. Nobody.
Would you have a conversation with him?
I'm willing to have a conversation with him.
Wack hit me. He want to come in here and talk.
No, we talk face to face. I don't want to talk on the air.
Okay.
I want to talk face to face because I'm not really with the yelling back and forth shit. That's clown shit to me. Wack wins in an argument because he's a master manipulator that likes to yell. When Wack want to talk to me, we can meet face to face and have a conversation. So that way, when he decide that he want to get loud and he got some shit he want to get off his chest, Wack ain't the only nigga that get busy. Wack got a whole lot more to lose than me. I ain't scared of nobody. So whenever he want to meet up face to face, we could pull up face to face. And if he really feel like he got that much that he want to get off his chest, may the best man win. One of us won't go home. It's life or death. That's it.
If it's possible, and I know you said face to face because I just think that's gonna lead to somewhere else.
Well, you know what? Disrespect. I told Wack we could get in the ring and fight. Because if we meet in the street to get it on, somebody's going to end up dying. I already know that.
And again, it's up to you.
And Wack got a crew and I got a crew. He got a crew and I got a crew. It's just that simple. He got niggas and I got niggas, and it's just that simple. And the bottom line to it is, if we meet up outside of the ring, 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to be about 5 or 6 bodies on the floor, maybe more than that.
We're not trying to have that, Hassan. That's what I'm trying to say. Hold on,
we already know that. And bottom line to it is,
if we could have an orderly conversation in here where there's no yelling over each other, because I get what you're saying, because I listen to Wack on Clubhouse. He definitely overtalk people. If it's an orderly conversation where you speak, he speaks, nobody cuts each other off. Because we don't want this to be violent. And also, Hassan, you're about, one thing I did like about how your approach was in that room, you were trying to talk about those kids' futures, and there's a lot of people watching you, and that's why I think some people might think it's mixed messages, because a lot of what I hear you say is that you don't want to send them down the same route, but now you're still saying, yo, listen, we could go to that extreme, which I think your whole message is kind of like hoping that they don't get there.
Well, I'll tell you like this. Once he sat up there and told me that he thought it was funny that a grown man that molested me could fuck me in my ass, which I was never fucked in the ass by nobody. When he told me that, it's nothing really to talk about unless you gonna apologize, nigga. Outside of that, I don't want to talk to that nigga unless we gonna meet up behind the scenes. I don't want to talk on the air with that nigga about nothing, because the reality of it is, like, he got my phone number. He feel like he want to meet up and do whatever he want to do. We do it like that. Because when I told him, fuck it, let's fight. Let's get that bag. Let's get in the ring and fight. He said, I'm not putting no money in your pocket. So now you talk about taking me to court. Take me, nigga. With all the energy and with all the shit that I got, I'll start I got YouTube pages. I won't even use them. I start a whole new one and show you just how I could build a whole new one. I ain't nothing to talk about. Bottom line to it is, man. See, the one thing I will say to Wack, I really, really, really wanted to do business with him, clothing lines and all the rest of that. I really feel like me and Wack probably could have made at least $10 million probably in 6 months. There's a lot of things that I'm getting ready to do. And me and Wack been talking about that. It was still on the table. So it's like, I'm not going to have nobody disrespecting me. I'd rather die than have a nigga just disrespecting me. I don't live with disrespect. I got kids looking at me. I got a wife looking at me. I refuse to let a man just disrespect me. See, talking shit on the internet is cool. But when he was in my face, we was debating friendly. Even if he took little jabs, that was cool. Because when he said that was some buster ass shit, he didn't call me a buster. He said that was some hoe ass shit. But what did I call him? I called him a house nigga, right?
Yeah,
He ain't
yeah.
swing when I called him a house nigga. You got the tapes. But it was all in love. I'm not going to front like I was trying to punk him. It was us exchanging the same energy. He gets off the internet. He wants to front. Wack, if you would have threw a punch at me inside that room, you wouldn't have had to wait for my niggas to get through the door. I would have went up under my shirt and lifted you. I would have lifted you. Your soul would have levitated. Stop playing with me, man. I'm not that. K-Slay told you, and I got the audio of that too. Yo, K-Slay told me about your whack, man. I'm not that nigga. I'm not running. I'm not ducking. I'm not hiding from nobody.
Yeah,
The only thing your punk ass gonna do is like you said, go get the lawyers. You supposed to be a thug and you going to get the lawyers. You some niggas. You some bitch.
but Hassan, we got to look towards trying to getting this kind of like this can't be a war. You know what I mean? I get your perspective from it, but I feel like you and him could sell y'all issues without everybody's business being in the open. You know what I mean?
But he's the one that took it to everybody. I thought me and this nigga was cool. Yo, me and Tekashi spoke to each other right before Wack did this bullshit. We on the phone. We talking about we getting ready for the next one. We gonna do 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I already know. I'm still fucking with Ack. I'm still coming through to see Ack. Tekashi talking about he gonna pull up again. 3, 4, 5 is gonna be mad more times. You know what I mean? Well, we gonna do it or whatever the case, and that's cool because it's dope. I had no intentions on beefing with Wack. I just knew that Wack was a dangerous snake, and I know I gotta be careful with him. He's a snake. He is a snake. And West Coast niggas feel like they don't have to respect East Coast niggas. This is why the whole East Coast right now crown me the motherfucking king, because ain't nobody ever checkmate that nigga like that. Everybody else scared of this nigga. I'm not scared of him.
And by the way, Wack did hit me, and Wack said, "Yo, he's not telling the truth." He said, "Man, I did not ever tell this man that I'm going to court. That is not what I'm gonna do."
Talking about he gonna knock my channel down. Like, the fuck out of here with that punk ass shit. He gonna take my channel. Like, gotta take it, nigga. I would never put the courts on you. Wack is a stupid nigga because he looked at me like the smallest nigga in the room, but he didn't realize that you spoke life into me when you said Hassan Campbell was going to be the greatest YouTuber. Look at me now. Do you see how the internet is going crazy over me?
Hassan, when you left that date, so and this is a question because I watched it over again. Did you feel any? Because I didn't feel any type of way about anything that was said. I was telling people, I'm like, yo, there's a part on the thing where like somebody grabs the mic out of my hand, and I look at them like, this is good content. I don't give a fuck. Did you feel any type of way of either being played? Like, there's a moment where you were mentioning the whole Africa Bambaataa thing, and I seen people laughing, and I don't know if that got you upset.
Yo, Act, listen to me. I'm gonna say it again. I thought I had one of the best times of my life, so I couldn't understand why he left and he was so disrespectful. When we was leaving, see, you were so drunk you don't even remember.
Nah, and I
I
was
got
drunk. I
footage.
ain't gonna lie.
Yo, I got footage of you. We was clowning around. Yo, Wack gave me about 50 hugs before I left, so I couldn't understand the nigga going to Clubhouse disrespecting me. I got all this footage. You know what? I'm milking this footage. I'm putting up piece by piece by piece. I never intended on beefing with Wack. I would have never put that footage out. I never intended. Wack told me we gonna get your clothing line started ASAP. That was his last words to me. Why the fuck would I want to beef with a nigga that I wanted to do business with? He
So,
a stupid nigga
yep.
because he looking at me like, all right, Tekashi, that's the cash cow. Act the cash cow. Nigga, I'm up and coming. I am the people's
hold
champ,
on
whether
though,
niggas like it or not.
Hassan. So you mentioned like extorting and like blackmail and all that stuff, right? But could somebody say the mere fact that you had this audio, you always were gonna have the leg up to possibly do that to Wack?
Akademiks. Now let me answer your question.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga just told me that he blackmailed De La Hoya. He blackmailed Nipsey Hussle. And then at the same time, he sat up there and he blackmailed, allegedly, Kanye West, that sex tape with Ray J and Kim Kardashian. So you thought that I was going to do?
Did he say he blackmailed these people? Like,
He
what was the
told me he
terminology?
extorted the shit out of them. I got it on tape. Nigga, listen to the tape.
He used the word extort because he said he was saving.
The nigga told me dollar amount what he got out of De La Hoya for his sex tape, how he set him up the whole story. Ask him. Wack is a man of his word, right? Ask the nigga. Tell him to bet me. Tell him to bet me 500,000 right now that I don't have those tapes. He know I got them, and he didn't say that. You think you're gonna talk that dirty about people and I'm gonna trust you? See, I know with contracts, a nigga can't get around me because we got contracts. You take money, okay? We deal with things a certain type of way with contracts. But that nigga was sitting up there blackmailing everybody in fucking California and Hollywood. And then you think that I wasn't gonna beat him at his own game? That's a dumb nigga. First of all, he gotta understand something, right? A devilish nigga can't understand the minds of a righteous man. That's why when I was sitting in that room and I was speaking life into those kids, he was speaking death. I was speaking life into them, telling them that they kings and they soldiers and warriors. He's sitting up there talking about, no, nigga, you an entertainer.
Wait, hold on.
Listen.
Do you regret that, though?
Listen, I want to teach you something,
okay,
right? I want to teach you something. When you somebody that pray, somebody that fasts, somebody that meditates, you on a different plane with somebody that's money hungry and greedy. There's a moral compass that you have that they don't have. That's why he didn't look at them niggas as if, okay, you the next generation. That's why he stopped me like, nah, F that about that white man shit. I never said nothing about the white man. I told them young brothers that y'all killing each other because y'all looking at each other's eyes throughout the eyes of the enemy. So now I'm getting deep. WACK can't compete with me on a spiritual plane or on the legacy of a Malcolm X or even a Nipsey Hussle. He can't understand that plane, so he had to go against that in a devilish way.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's unfortunate it got to this point, and you know, I feel like, you know, just being fair to WACK, you know, because he's texting me. He said, yo, he's not telling the truth.